Hi, I'm Jan from Pins and Needles and Sew It Online in Cleveland, Ohio. We are at the huge OSQE show down in Cleveland. We have 3 classrooms full of machines. We have every brand of machines here, all kinds of trunk shows, all kinds of fun stuff. The problem we have is that we have 3 times, we had to bring 152 sewing machines and open them up. They are being sold at tremendous, tremendous prices. This is my son Connor. He's going to go around and show you all the cool stuff. So.
Okay, so the big thing here is that we're going to give you a way to sign up and watch this. It's going to be a kind of a long presentation. We're showing you all of our friends, all the brands, all the specials, all the samples. So if you go up and you sign up with your email, we're going to give you a free course automatically because she has this 10,000 square foot store and 10,000 square foot event center, and we film all these educators and everything going on here and put it onto our online app. Okay, I'm going to tell you about that today. So the big thing is if you sign up for this webinar, you get the replays, you're going to get more of my deals and specials, but on top of that, I'm giving them your new course, So What's Possible. It's free, okay? And you go in there and she just shows you all sorts of tips and tricks and how to get started with all this new stuff in here. That's free. Plus, you're going to get the replay of this. So if you get busy, something happens, you can watch the replay in your email. So make sure you sign up. Go show them some of these samples of what's possible today.
I could do this for hours, but also if you live in another state and you want to buy a sewing machine from us, we have all the classes online to send to you. So that's a big bonus. This is just one of the coolest things that's attracting a lot of attention. This is a flower in our backyard, and we took a picture of it. It's on our phone. Then we went and told it to take brown and go ahead and just on my screen, all I have to do is draw wherever I want to go, and it will stitch it out like you did that all free motion. What's going on with machines today are incredible. Connor, you take it over. Have a good time. We'll see you again.
Okay, so first off, we have all these booths, okay, all of them. We're going to walk you through the whole thing. I'm going to introduce you to a bunch of my mom's friends, top educators from the world, all different brands, and we're going to let you get to know them and learn a little bit from each one. You're going to see technology and sewing tips, okay? And as we go through, I'm going to tell you all the deals, the Baby Lock brand this month, okay? So come on over. Now here is a Baby Lock Altair, and this is a good friend of mine, okay? So let's go first. What is your name?
I'm Denise Schober.
And she is actually our Baby Lock rep, okay? And we're so excited to have her and be working with us. She doesn't live that far from us. She's gonna be in the store. She's gonna be helping us make videos, all sorts of stuff. And what is it that you like to sew? What is your passion in the sewing?
So I'm a garment sewer and a quilter.
She's a garment sewer and a quilter, okay? And do you have any projects you made lately that I could put up here?
I could.
It here?
I do.
She bought her own project.
So I have a tamarack jacket that I quilted and sashiko. So if you look close, you'll see some hand quilting that was done on the sashiko. The binding was done on my Serger and my Altair. And I brought a couple things I can show you how I did that.
Okay, all right. So now, yeah, let's see one of your favorite tips. This is a Baby Lock Altair. I know we have the Meridians, and we have these in the classroom downstairs. I'm going to show you later that you can get massive discounts on. Unbelievable. So let's see some of your favorite tips and tricks.
So I'm going to go to the machine screen, and right now I'm in the utility menu, but my favorite menu to be in is the quilting menu. The first stitch is center needle position, great for if I had my piecing foot on, but I have the J foot on. I'm going to go to Q2, and that moved the needle to the right needle position. So I'm going to put it back center, and I'm going to move it back over. So I want it in the right needle position. Now I'm going to turn the guide beam marker on, and I want that on the right hand side of my foot. So you'll see it move, and I want it right on the right hand side of my foot. And now what's going to happen is I can do half square triangles with ease and lining up that guide beam marker from point to point. I'm just going to spin it around so you can see it one more time. So I'm lining it up, placing it exactly where I need it. No drawing on my fabric anymore to get the perfect half square triangles. Which turn into this. So I use the guide beam marker a lot of different ways. This is the quilt binding foot. It's probably my favorite foot. There's a few reasons why it's my favorite. One is the black piece on it allows me to go over thick things. It's a leveling piece. But if I tip this, you're going to see lines on the foot. So there are lines on the left toe right here. There's a line on the foot here and across the back. I'm gonna take this foot off, just a snap-on, snap-off foot. Put the new foot on. Push that button and it'll snap on. Now I have a little piece here that I used the walking foot and I just quilted it. This is going to be the right side and this is going to be the back. So I have my binding all ready. And I'm going to place the binding on my fabric and I'm going to line up the foot to the edge of my fabric. And I'm in my 1/4 inch mark, but I want to be in my 3/8. So I put my needle in my center needle position and I'm going to stitch. And a lot of times I do this on my serger, but since we're at the Altair 2, I'm going to do everything right here. When I get to the corner, I'm going to stop. I'm going to put the needle down, and I could have the machine set up to have the needle down and the foot come up, and I'm going to pivot and sew off. Now folding this corner becomes really important. That 45 is my fold this way, and I'm going to fold this way, and I'm going to put the foot back down, and I'm going to stitch a little bit more, and then I'm going to show you how this quilt binding foot helps me to do the top stitching. So typically I would have my serger doing this or my walking foot, but we're just going to keep everything right here at our fingertips. Now, watch what happens. This is going to turn around and come to this side. So now you're going to see me turn this to the edge. I'm going to move the guide beam marker. So right now it's on the right side. I'm going to move it over to where I need the fold of the fabric. So on my machine, I'm taking and sliding it. So you're going to see it's moving there to where I need the binding to be. So at this point, I can fold that over, put my foot back down. Now I'm going to move the needle. So let's go back to our utility menu. Stitch 2, 102, and I'm going to move the width of the stitch to land in my binding where I need it. And I have a pale yellow thread in because I want you to see how it lands. So you'll see it when I take it out of there. So it's stitching exactly where I need it to stitch. If I was at home, I would have an awl to turn this corner, but I happen to have a pair of tweezers here, so I'll use the tweezers. It'll hold that corner in and turn this corner to where I need it to be. Put my needle down in the down position and turn that corner and stitch the other way. So here again, I can grab that with my tweezers, drop my foot back down, and there's where the leveler comes in handy. If my needle is down, I can lock my foot in to have it go over that hump that's from the binding, and then when it leaves that hump, it'll unlock. So I'm going to cut the thread and show you what I did. So here, the guide beam marker allowed me to line this right up on the edge of what I've bound and makes a beautiful binding. So my favorite foot, my favorite technique. As always, happy quilting, everybody.
Okay, so come on over here. I got someone free. Let's see what she's doing. Michelle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
This is my good friend Michelle. She's helped me build the whole Sold Online membership, where there's 400, 500 videos now. She's been doing it with me for 7 years. It's been, our journey together has really been, it's been fun. And so we're talking about Sergers, okay? So let's tell you about who you are, and then let's go over some of these projects, what's possible. So what's your name?
Michelle Gillenbardo.
And she works in the store and does classes for Sew It Online. And then what do you like to sew?
I love quilting. I love embroidery, a little bit of everything. I love the serger though, because that's kind of like a little thing that a lot of people don't understand, and I love to teach serging.
Yeah, and she does it all because she's one of our top educators online and in store, so she touches it all. But the big thing about sergers that I think a lot of people don't know is what's possible with them. If you have one and you're in there, and she has a course that if you purchase one of these, you get our Serger Confidence course. I'll tell you in a minute. But just, can you show some samples of like what's being created today on Sergers?
Come on over here, let's take a look. I mean, just this simple tote bag. This is my Serger tote bag. It's a one-day class, and you finish this in my class. If you take a basic Serger class, you will do this. Cover hem, we have some puffing going on. You're even gonna put a lining in with a pocket. Super easy on the Serger. But if you're a quilter like me, look at this quilt. This is a Serger ruffle quilt. You can make this in a weekend. This is a quilt as you go quilt. Make it fast and easy. Look at the beautiful ruffles. Look at the wave stitch. That's exclusive to Baby Lock. You can even do a simple rolled hem. We have a little twirly girl skirt. Look at this skirt right here. Look how adorable that is. Look at the rolled hem. Super easy. A little girl would just love to twirl around with this little skirt. And look at the rolled hem right on the bottom. You can make t-shirts, you can make simple garments, but it's not just for clothing. Beautiful quilts. I have made dozens of quilts on the Serger, but I want to show you a quilt that is, it will blow your mind on what's possible with a Serger. So look at this gorgeous quilt, right? This is the Bloom and Grow quilt. This is a quilt that was designed from Amanda Murphy, and this was created in my class by Deborah Wiedrick. There's also another one in the booth from Nancy Gindra. You can't miss her quilt either. This was done on the Serger. This piecing, this block right here, was all done on the Serger. This was pieced on the Serger. This, a flat lock stitch on the Serger. Look at the piecing on the Serger. Come down here. This is a cover hem and a chain stitch on the Serger. This blew my mind away when she brought it in. This is a 3-thread wide overlock stitch, all done on the Serger. So things are so possible on the Serger that, I mean, it's just not for garments anymore. But this is what you can learn in my class. And I mean, you can just expand things. Look, she even added an additional row. Look at prairie, you know, I mean, these are the flying geese units. They're all done on the Serger. You can put your border on with your Serger, and she pieced additional blocks. Her quilting is amazing. She even attached her stem with a cover hem all the way up. You can even attach the flower pieces with a chain stitch or a cover hem. But the quilt is gorgeous. It's not just for, you know, your sewing machine can do quilting. Your Serger can do this. So tote bags, garments, come and see us. You're gonna love what you can do with a Serger, okay? So come and see me at Pins and here.
So I know Michelle showed you the big quilt, but let's come down to some normal everyday issues with Sergers. You don't have to go to the most expensive one. You have to go, in my opinion, to the lowest price you can get jet air threading. Now the threading, I'm going to put the thread in here. It's going to swish through and go right through the loopers. Consider that. So the lowest is going to be here with the jet air threading. You move up one, and guess what? I don't have no tensions. There's a lot of cool threads coming out on the market that we can put in our loopers. Our loopers can handle the heavy, fun threads. So you want to go, here is a edge along that ruffle. Do you see how we ruffled it? Do you know we ruffled it and sewed it on at the same time? We're doing gathered skirts. Look here. Got a grandma, you're stuck in. That's going to be serged and gathered at the same time. And I mean fast. So I suggest you buying one, getting the jet air threading. You can go and you're going to save some money. This one's on sale for $400, but you have to put it in. Now it's no big deal. I know how to do it. It's no big deal to me. But to some people, they want instant gravity. Okay? So instant gratification. So this one is going to have the jet air threading. When we go up to this one, which is the Victory, guess what? We have no tensions. From there all the way up the line, there's no tensions. That's what wins with Baby Lock. You can use any thread and it's going to come out perfectly. It's amazing. It isn't computerized. It's just a level of A, B, C, or D, which one you want, and it's so simple. By the way, if you're not in Cleveland or can't drive to me, I have all these classes on the app on Sew It Online. So we have done further tons of classes on sergers. They're all available to you. Keep on coming. So now we're looking at an accolade, and notice that there's 8 threads here rather than 4 like the other machines. What that's going to do is give me a cover hem. See how it's giving me the straight stitch and the overcasting at the same time. Now, I can just use the ones on the right-hand side and have a chain stitch. Look at the bottom of your t-shirt you have on right now. It is done with a cover hem and ran around and did the hem. So now come to here. Now you can buy a cover hem only, which is fun to do. So this one only does cover hem. Come on over here. Our favorite one, when you go up one more step, is going to be a bigger opening. Do you see how much bigger that opening is? You're going to be able to get your hands in here a whole lot easier. There's obviously a lot more lighting. It's a cover hem as well as a regular serger. Does it all. Jet air threading. Gives you the bigger opening, but guess what? All this is National Serger Month. Every serger is sold at least 10% lower than the lowest sale price all year. You want a serger, you might want to act ASAP. You can always call me. I'll be glad to help you.
Okay, now come over here. I want to show you one of my favorite long arm experts. She's a quilting expert. I shouldn't say just that because I've seen her do it all on all sorts of machines. This is my friend Debbie Martinez.
Hello,
So,
how are you?
so tell everyone, what's your name?
Debbie Martinez.
She is and comes in, she films on our membership site. She comes in, she helps us at shows. She just helps out all the time, okay? She's always in. She does free motion classes and classes in the store and webinars online. So tell us about yourself. What is your favorite thing to sew? What is your passion in the sewing?
My passion is art quilting, thread painting, and going beyond the normal quilting.
Okay, and so she's like an artist, okay? Unbelievable. So what is one of the most recent projects that you've completed that you would like to show off to everybody?
So one of the recent projects I did was a
We're going to put it up on the screen right now so you can see.
Of a monkey grinder. And I drew the picture on a piece of white fabric. I took my long arm and what I call photo stitch, just made tiny little stitches. I sketched the photo of the organ grinder making the city, and it is absolutely fantastic.
That
it
is
can be done on a long arm.
So, and you did this all free motion?
Free motion.
All free motion
In
just with you?
manual mode.
In manual mode. Okay.
Manual mode.
All right, so now here, this is the Baby Lock Which one do we have here?
We have the regalia.
We have the regalia, which is has an option to be in multiple sizes, but usually 10, 12 feet.
12 foot.
Okay.
You can break it down to a 5 if you
can
don't
be
have
in
room.
a 5 as well. We have automation on here with Pro Stitcher. We have behind here, we'll talk with the Gallant XL, so we have them for everybody's budget. But can you just show everybody a little bit about free motion, and then after you get through the basics, show them some of the more fun couching stuff you do.
Absolutely.
All right.
So again, when you purchase a long arm, you don't have to be an expert right away. The key to being good is practice. And how do you practice? You just set your mind at ease and you just start to play. You know, and then you get things like having to rethread your machine. But that's okay, because everything that you do on the long arm is practice. Super easy to thread. Needle through here, thread through the needle, and there you go. Now that my thread broke, I need to lock my stitch. So I'm going to come back to my starting point, and if you notice on the regalia, you have a little red laser dot that hits every now and then. That is showing you exactly where to pick up your thread. Now, on this machine, I have a couching foot, which I will show how to do that in a few minutes. So you get your 2 threads. I'm going to lock in my stitches, but let me show you something even more fun. You come into the Pro Stitcher, you have this little button here that is your tie-off stitch. If I go ahead, hold my threads and hit that, slightly move my machine, it locks my stitches automatically and I can start stitching. So again, I'm in a precision mode right now. The machine moves like butter. And you just have fun playing. Okay? Now, it is set at 14 stitches per inch. But I like manual because I feel I can manipulate my program or my project a little bit better. So all I'm going to do is flip it. Now, if you notice, this machine is going to stitch 1,775 stitches per minute. You can decrease or increase, but I'm going to start at 1,775. Now I want a little bit more speed. So this is just having fun in the manual mode. But if I decide that it's getting a little bit out of hand and too fast, I can slow down my machine. Come on. Now the slower I go and the slower I move, the stitches will get smaller. But the faster I go, the stitches will get bigger. Now, if you practice this, you can actually regulate your machine to regulate its stitches with just practice. You can do it. By just learning movements. Okay, so that's that. So let's put on something fun now. So everybody has thread or yarn, right? Your grandma, your mom, you. Somebody has yarn. Sometimes you can pick it up at a resale store. But this is really a fun project. Notice I have a couching foot on. The couching foot has a hole directly in the middle of the foot. If I lift up my needle, you could see there's a little bitty hole right there, okay? Now, I want to go ahead and put this yarn in through that foot. The only way that you can do this, which is actually very easy, is to take your yarn, lasso it around your hopping foot and your needle and thread, and just hold on to it. Now you're going to take your needle and you're going to lift up and take a couple locking stitches. Once the needle is up and your foot is up, all you do is you pull directly out. Now your thread is encased in that hole. So now you don't have to worry about it. The nice thing about it is now that you have that set up, you're able to just stitch. This adds so much to projects. The secret to this is keeping your yarn free. And if you look at the yarn coming out, it's coming out of the hole on the skein of yarn. Now, another thing, some of you folks go ahead and do appliques. You want to add that little extra something. Now I have a piece of denim here, but maybe you're doing some kind of a patchwork on a jean or a jacket or a pocket or something, and you have a little stiffer fabric, which is great. Let's go ahead and do some couching on this. Now, I have the machine set in manual, but I am going to put it into regulated. It gives me a little bit more control when I'm going to be doing something like this. I'm going to take I'm just going to walk this over. Okay, so now you see I'm on the fabric. Get my yarn, and I'm just going to go ahead I think that's good. But you see, you're pulling whatever you're doing up another 10 notches. Pretty cool, right? You're limited by what you will allow yourself to do. If you let yourself go and play and have fun, this machine is really cool because you can do all sorts of things. It also has a pro stitcher, so you can take and make blocks and turn them into table runners, placemats, little mug rugs. You could take the back of a jean jacket and you could actually couch on your machine on a jean jacket. You can also take a pair of pants, open them up in the seam, pair of jeans, pin them to the machine, do all your stitching up the legs, put them back together, and you have a one-of-a-kind designer outfit. So you're not limited. When you're doing couching, you can use all different kinds of yarns and ribbons. The ribbons are really kind of fun because they do twist and turn. And if you look here, this was a little bit of a I was playing a little bit, but you could see how the ribbon turns. You can also lay it flat where it's just going to stitch down flat. Couching with different kinds of ribbons, different kinds of yarns. So that is, your long arm is not just a long arm machine. It is a art making machine. Whether you do quilting, whether you do couching, you could piece on the machine, you can do all sorts of things. There's no limitation. You are the only person that will limit yourself. So this is the top of the line regalia. We also have the Gallant XL and the Gallant, which are smaller machines, but yet they do exactly what they're supposed to do in stitch. They have stitch regulators. They have the handlebars. They're really easy to use. They're lightweight, so the manipulation of the machine on the fabric is quite easy. They come with a frame. You can get the Pro Stitcher Lite with the Gallant or the Gallant XL. So the choice is yours. There's a machine for everybody. Don't hesitate to look at a long arm. Just because it says long arm for quilting does not necessarily mean you are stuck just for quilting. You could do whatever you can, whatever you think of, you could do.
So it's super exciting to see what Debbie's able to do on this long arm, and she can do it on normal machines too. She's going to be coming in, filming with us every 2 months. You're going to see her on YouTube, in our membership, on our live streams. Make sure you click that link above this video so you're signed up for our list. You're going to get a free course. You're going to get notifications of our live streams. You're going to be all part of these that we do, these live streams. We're going to be doing bi-weekly. We have a membership. We have tons of free stuff that we can give you, and she's going to be teaching all the times. Very thankful for Debbie. Okay, so now there is the Baby Lock Regalia. That's only available in our retail location, Pins and Needles. That's in Cleveland, Ohio. But a lot of you watching can't make it, so I have everything available to purchase at sewedonline.com. And the big ones I want to show you is it used to be maybe $10,000, $15,000 to get into the long arm game, and it was just always a lot. And for a lot of us, we never thought we would have one. It was kind of a dream. And now they came out with these products like here, like this Gallant, where you still have a very decent sized throat space and you can accomplish a lot. And then you have the Gallant XL, okay? And right now during the show, you're actually saving $1,000 on the Gallant, okay? And it's normally $6,000. It is for sale right now for under $5,000, okay? That could be a monthly payment of about $138 a month if you do 36 months, 0% financing, which I have the details about the financing, okay? And you're gonna get an 8-foot frame. Some of the things that I want you to think about is how much room do we have? Let's negotiate with your husband to find out where we can put this, and let's get rid of something. If you can do 8 foot, you can do a queen size quilt. So long arms have so many possibilities. It's unbelievable. First, we got to find out what type of quilts we want to finish. Then we want to find out how much space we have. And then we want to find out, do we want the electronics or do we want to do it on our own? We're going to teach you that either way, okay, and all are possible. And then you want to talk to us, Let us answer your questions over the phone. So you can go to sewedonline.com. There's actually a live chat that pops up. That actually goes to me and my phone. I'm always answering that. And then you can call me at 877-306-2863. I'll put that number right up here as well. Okay, and that's how you directly reach me. And I can answer your questions and point you at. And if you want to talk to my mom, if you want to talk to one of these experts, I'll put them on the phone with you too. And we'll help you find the right machine for you and what you want to accomplish. We're here for you. On top of that, we're going to give you the online classes that teach you how to do this. There's no way my mom will ever let you not learn the machine that we sell you, okay? So she's calling me over right now. Let's see what she wants to show us next.
I'm in the Janome booth. Come on over and watch this. One of the newest things that's out on the market is a stitch regulator that works. So watch what I'm doing. I'm able to do my free motion, but every stitch is absolutely perfect. So if you're afraid of free motion or you're just not comfortable, This is a cinch. This is the top of the line. It's got the stitch regulator that comes with it to do this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous quilting. Now come on down, I want to show you another favorite one. This one is called an M6. Now it has a 9mm needle plate, widest that is out on the market. We got new threads in the store with all this heavy threads. This machine just loves it. So it's the same as the M8 that I just told you about. It does not come with as many goodies or the stitch regulator, but it's on a phenomenal buy right now. Now let's go down. I'm going to take you right on down the line. So right here, remember that stitch regulator I told you about? This is going to get it cheaper, but it has a stitch regulator, so now you're not as big of an opening as the S6 or the M6 and the M7. But these two machines here vary as to what comes with them, but it also varies on price. Go on down to the S7, the #1 quilting machine. This is an 8.5-inch opening. Your machine is probably a 5-inch opening, so 8.5 adds a lot. So you can go down and get the AccuFeed here. So if you want all this more information, I do have more information for you. But again, I have opened classrooms of tons and tons of machines. I've got tons of demo models. You want a new machine, call me.
Come here. So listen, I can't be too loud, but over here is the whole classroom. We have multiple of these going, and all these machines are brought in, and they're gonna have fun in here for 2 days. There's 2 sessions each day. So they're maybe used for maybe 8 hours total, and they're all brand new in the box. Same brand new warranty, everything that they're cleaned up, they're made sure that they're proper resealed, repacked, and I can give you a special deal on all these models. Let me tell you about that pricing. So I have special deals on all the Janomes, but specifically these classroom models. We have the 9480, which is an awesome machine. The biggest thing here is you're going to have an 11-inch throat and stitch regulator capabilities. It is awesome, and stitch regulation is huge for free motion. And then on top of that, I have the M6. Now this is going to even have a bigger throat. We're looking at just about 13 inches of throat space, okay? And this is $39.99, and I can even do a better deal on the classroom models in here. So you can call me, and I'll make you that special deal over the phone. But then on top of that, I have the M8. These prices are just too low to say on there. I can do special pricing over the phone. Give me a buzz. And this has the built-in stitch regulator. This is definitely the best sewing machine in the world today, and people just love them. So check them out. They're on sale, but the best pricing is to be had when you're on the phone with me. Give me a call. Okay, so this girl is so busy because she's got the coolest things going on. Everyone's walking through the show. What's going on over here? So this is my friend Steph. So Steph, what's your name?
My name is Stephanie. I am the product expert at the store, but I also do so much embroidery and so much IQ Designer for those of you guys that have.
What do you love to sew?
I mostly do bags, but I also love embroidery. Embroidery is my main thing.
Yeah. And you do a little embroidery business on the side too?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And then I use a multi-needle for that.
A lot of multi-needle. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and tell me this, do you have any projects that you could show off? Some people were putting pictures up in the video and stuff. Do you have anything?
So currently what I'm working on here are these really awesome lace-edged or lace-cornered napkins. So I got a couple different ones. There's another one here and another one over there that we're running. And what it's doing is freestanding lace on a water-soluble stabilizer, which is really, really cool. So these will stand out for your Easter table right now. But as for other projects I have around the store, I do a lot of sweatshirts. So this is by hashtag CLE sweatshirt, very popular. I see a lot of gals walking around with them on. Super easy to do. You don't have to have a big machine for it. I have 5x7 friendly designs, but then I've also got a lot of IQ projects. So I'm sure Jan showed this earlier.
So first off, tell everyone what IQ is.
So IQ Designer is a built-in design software on certain levels of the machine. So current machine models that has it is our 10 needle, our top of the line Baby Lock Radiance. We've got the Meridian, the Altair, if you previously owned a Destiny, and then any of the other brother machines that we carry in the store. The design software will allow you to really design your embroidery from scratch. So this is actually a print off of a picture. on the Brother Print Moda. And what I did,
Was this thread painting?
Yes, this is thread painting with IQ. I took it into IQ and I started drawing where I wanted the individual colors to go. And I did it in layers so that you can build up on that really nice color of all the different depths. So that I teach on a seminar basis at the store. I'll probably have one in the fall. I've got to get dates out soon. Other things that you can do in IQ, you can make zipper pouches. So if you are hesitant about putting zippers in a bag, you can quite literally let the embroidery machine do it for you, which is great. I also do a lot of in the hoop quilt blocks. So this is a previous project that I did that is your canning jars, which you can fill with your sewing supplies if you wish. So it's all quilted in the background, and then you're going to add the applique with the vinyl overlay, and then you'll stuff your sewing supplies in, and then your last step is to put the lid on your jar. So as you would put a lid on the jar in real life, you're going to put it on with your embroidery machine as well.
Wow, 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 wow. So you can do this on a lot of our machines. Now let's see what you got going on. This is the multi-needle, or what we would call an open arm machine. So that means that down here, you know, you could put this on here. And what are they embroidering on with these types of machines? It's a lot of people that it kind of just opens it up where embroidery is endless. I've seen them embroider on shoes, right?
You're embroidering on shoes, which I have a shoe.
She has them. You have them here?
We have a shoe.
Wow.
So it will put the embroidery on your shoes. You can do hats. Hats are probably the most popular, as well as like anybody that's going to do corporate embroidery. So everybody wants the embroidery logo on their shirts. Everybody wants the nice embroidered sweatshirt. That's what the free arm will let you do, because it's not going to get your sweatshirt caught on anything. You can also do bags. So pre-made bags that are already made. Since it is a free arm, you're able to slip this directly over the free arm, and you're able to do embroidery on the already made bags. So you don't have to slit any side seams, you don't have to do anything complicated. You can just embroider directly on the bag and be done.
Wow, 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 wow. So we have a couple models here, okay? So let's go over here and start with the Capella, okay? So this is a single needle, all right? This is there, and it has that open arm, so you can have those capabilities, but you're gonna have to thread it every single time. But you can still have 4 threads up there, and you have all these capabilities, and this is on sale right now. This is usually, I think, $79.99. It's on sale $59.99. We have deals on these. You're able to ship nationwide, and I think we have 4 of them here that we can do special deals on from the show. So remember, we bought 4 of everything to be able to do all this online, so it's available. And this is a great deal. And you can, of course, finance that to be able to get started on hats, everything, their stands. We make a special package. Remember, the best way to contact us is our phone number, okay, 877-306-2863. If you go to a live chat on sewedonline.com, it's going to pop up. That is going to go to my phone. I am going to reply. I can't answer your question. And then once I get some information, like we want to know a couple things about what you want to do with these machines, I can even get you on the phone with Steph. And she can sit there and really find a personalized plan and answer your questions, because she is absolute expert, okay? So this is the Baby Lock Capella. And then over here, look at them, just look at her run all these machines like a pro. The hoop size, but with here on the Venture, you're gonna have 10 threads. It's gonna cut the thread, it's gonna move to the next color without you doing anything. So if you're starting your own business and you wanna go through and create all this, and you wanna create, 15 in a day, this is your employee. So tell us a little bit about this machine, Steph.
So the 10 needle is the only of the multi-needle series that has IQ Designer. It's also going to have a camera as well as a needle beam like overlay, so that you can see exactly where your embroidery is going. There is the capabilities to do wider hats, so it will do ear to ear basically on a hat. It will also do the wide frame like this. This is the jumbo frame. It's a 14 by 14. It is a split hoop, so it did the first half. It's going to use the snowman positioning stickers to recognize the next half, and the camera is going to look at those stickers and it's going to reposition for the second half. So the first half was already done, now it's working on the second half, And that's all capable because you have this big wide table. So for all of those quilters out there that you have a business but you might still want to quilt your quilts at home, you can still quilt on here. You can do your edge to edge because there is edge to edge borders built into the machine. There's so many capabilities with this. Plus you've got, in general, an 8x14 hoop size. Everybody else has an 8x12, you have an 8x14 here, which you got a lot of space.
That's a lot of space, okay? The Baby Lock Venture is the top of the line by Baby Lock, okay? This is only available in our retail store, Pins and Needles in Cleveland, Ohio, but I did buy multiple of these for the show. The same specials are gonna go here. There's great deals on that. You can still contact me online, talk about this machine. I can get you in the right direction on it. And then we have the array. So you got the single needle, the 10 needle, and then this is a 6. Okay, does it have every feature that this Venture has? No, but it fits a nice price tag. And you've got 6 threads where it's still gonna cut your thread, move to the next one. You're gonna have unlimited capabilities on it. And it's an awesome, awesome machine. So tell us, what do you think about this one?
And while this one does not have a camera, it does have the laser crosshair positioning and it has the 2-point positioning. So if you're trying to 2-point position over a pocket or over a specific area, you're able to align your positioning right there.
And that's the biggest part. So let's kind of pretend. Okay, here's my pocket right here, Steph.
It's
Show it
going
on
to
me.
position the first spot and it's going to move to the second spot and it's going to level it out across your pocket. So even if you don't hoop it well, even if it's hooped at a really weird angle, it will still position it exactly where it needs to go.
And that's going to save you a lot of time too. Precision too, but time. And if we're doing this for a business or we're not, time is always something that's important. So,
plus any of these, you can use the fast frames, you can use magnetic hoops. There's so many additional hoops available for these. There's clamp frames. So if you are doing a lot of fast stuff, like if you're burning through like hundreds of shirts for a small business, you're able to use those very quickly because of all of the different hoops available. So this one still has an 8x12 hoop, so it's not a slouch in a hoop size.
And this one is on sale too.
This one is, let's see, demo special for the show is $10,799.
Okay, so it's on sale. We have these available. These are able to ship nationwide. Get started. We support you. We'll show you how to use it. And then most importantly, I want to tell you more about Steph, okay? She, in all these machines, she's showing multi-needles because she has one at home. She does a lot. She does everything, okay? And she does our IQ class. We call it IQ Designer Club. Same with the My Design Center in Brother. They are in our membership in the app, okay? I'm gonna have it posted up on the screen. And she's been filming and all this usage to make these for years over the screen. Now she's gonna be doing live streams for it, okay? We're going to bring on some other educators to be with her on this and take this program, but she's the flagship of what Sold Online is on IQ. There's no doubt. And she's doing so much more of that in 2025. We have a membership you can sign up for. You get the app, 400 videos, all the courses, all sorts of stuff.
There's a new project every month.
Every month there's a new project, okay? So the one thing my mom will never let anyone get away with is she will never let you buy this machine and not know how to use it, okay? Exactly. And that's what happens. So she's a big part. We thank her for that, but also I wanted to say how much is about to come out, you know, as we're working on this. We have our full-time videographer behind the camera. This is our first real big production with that, and there's only more to come. So that's who Steph is. If you're in the membership, you're with us, you're gonna see a lot more of her. Yep. So, all right, let's see what's going on over here. Okay, so you heard so much with Steph about IQ Designer, okay, it's My Design Center if you're in the Brothers. And let's go over here. We have the Meridian, okay, we have the Altair 2 that we showed a little bit in the sewing mode, okay. That one is a sewing and embroidery combo. This is embroidery only. Now, if you ask my mom, she would love for you to have a nice quilting workhorse and a nice embroidery machine, okay. Now, here's why. You're gonna press go, and this design that you maybe saw us do earlier was literally 128 minutes, okay, on the Radiance up there. Any embroidery machine, doesn't matter the model. But then you could be sewing your quilt blocks over here while that's going, the best of both worlds. Okay, so we have an awesome Baby Lock rep here helping us out, working with us at the show and everything. What's your name?
My name is Anna, and I'm National Baby Lock Educator. And
you've been in the business a long time for a lot.
Very long time, for probably about 10 years.
So she's just a sewing educator who's not new to this game whatsoever. What do you like to sew?
I love to embroider. That's one of my most favorite things, and I love embroidering on quilts. I just love it all when it comes to embroidery, but
It comes out perfect, right?
Actually, yes, I especially love IQ Designer.
Wow.
That's one of my most favorite things.
Okay, so do you have any projects that you can tell me about you've done lately?
Absolutely. I have actually just recently made.
See, everyone I expected to put a photo up, and they made it all, and they have all their projects here.
See my little bunny? This is made out of clip art. So I just brought the clip art over to the machine, and I was able to stitch it out, and I make my own embroidery.
Wow.
Using IQ Designer.
And you can show us that right now.
I can show you right now.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
You're going to do that in the machine right now. I thought I had to use a computer to do this type of stuff.
Not with the Meridian 2. The
Let's see it.
All-Tear 2.
I don't believe her. I don't believe her. Let's see
I'm
it.
going to show you. So come on in. All right. So what I've already done is saved a clip art of this cute little bunny into my USB stick. So and I just got that off of Google. I just did a little research and pulled it off of Google. So all I have to do now is go into my IQ Designer, select line design, go to my USB stick, and it's going to be right here. There's my bunnies. All I have to do is hit set, and I'm going to crop some of these bunnies out. I just want that center one. I can erase the rest, and then hit set. I'm going to turn it down so I can just see the bunnies, and I'm just going to actually take my eraser and I'm going to erase what I don't want. All this stuff hanging out to the side. Oops, I got an ear. I need to start over. There we go. Be a little more careful than me. There we go. I'm going to erase all this over here too. And then I have my little bunny in the center there. I'm going to come this way so I can really get rid of that stuff. There we go, there's my bunny. Now all I have to do is a couple steps to turn it into embroidery and turn it into an applique. I'm going to first choose what stitch I want. And then I'm going to tap on it, and I've just digitized. How about we make this bigger so we can really see it? Because I have a 9.5 by 14 inch hoop, I can make this bunny as big as I want. There we go, perfect. Now all I'm going to do is select next. Actually, I'm going to save it first. And now I'm going to hit next, preview, set, okay. There's my bunny. I'm going to go back to IQ Designer, and I'm going to grab that same design that I just saved. You can see I've been playing a lot today. There's my bunny. I'm just going to hit next, preview, okay, set, and it jumps on top of the previous one, so I've just created an applique within that much time. One other thing I want to show you really quickly is how to add a fill, and then we're good to go. All right, so let me see. Let's return and let's go home. So for my bunny, what I can do is I can add a beautiful fill in there as well. And that's super, super simple. So I'm just gonna recall my bunny. I'm gonna select one of these guys down here that I've already played with. And let's zoom in. There we go. And then I can put any type of fill in there. And when I say fill, it almost reminds you of a quilting fill. There we go. I can select anything I want. I particularly love this one. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to pick a color, okay, turn on my bucket and tap. There we go. And what I've done is I have just created a beautiful applique bunny right there with the fill. How fun is that? So thank you so much for watching today, and we are having a blast here with pins and needles, and thank you again. Bye.
So here we are again. We got a classroom going. Everyone's in here is having fun. They're focused. And in here I have the Baby Lock Meridian and the Altair 2, which are on sale. All the things they've done in here, I have to be quiet. I don't want to bother them, but they're just brought in here. They open up the box. They use them. They've never been used before. They're going to use them for 2 days, 2 sessions per day, and then we're going to put them back in the box, okay? Resealed, same warranty and everything, and I can give you a deal of a lifetime on these machines. Let me tell you about it. These I have in here, classroom models, are the Baby Lock Altair 2, which are already on sale, where you can save thousands on it. These are the newest technologies with sewing and embroidery combos with the IQ Designer, which makes digitizing in screen and embroidery an ease. And then on top of that, I have the Meridian, which is my favorite setup because you're going to be able to do embroidery only. You're going to save big on this as well. And you can still have your separate machine, your workhorse quilting machine, to piece and do everything together and do your sewing while the embroidery goes out. And I think that's the ultimate setup. Both of these are classroom models where prices are too low to say. Give us a buzz over the phone so I can give you these pricing. We have them in stock. They've been open just for this. It's too low to say. I'll tell you over the phone, and we can ship these both nationwide.
I'm with my friend Patty Otto from Great Copy Patterns. Let me show you my new jacket I have on. Pretty snazzy. It's a new pattern for, what's this called?
This is called the Manchester jacket and can be made out of a wide variety of fabrics.
So Patty designs her own garments. What's new?
What's new is this is the new Malibu, and as you can see, I've used my cover stitch machine to complement the very pretty graphic print that we have here. Also, we have Karen. She's holding the new Aspen with a really clever, unique pocket that I've designed. And you can find those at greatcopy.com, and you can also find them at Pins and Needles.
Now, Patty comes to the store. She'll be here later this year, and we're going to do an advanced class. So if you want to get into sewing, these are the patterns to go to. They're very upscale, very classy, and quite simple, really.
Right, and a lot of students will compliment me on the details that I put in the directions. Step by step, everything is illustrated, and I'm also available via email if you have questions.
Where do they go to again?
Greatcopy.com.
That's Patty Otto. Now, Kieran just walked by. I want to show your pants off.
Oh, I'll show my pants off.
See? Look at her pants.
My pants? Those are the Long Island pants, the same ones I have on.
Oh, you guys are matching?
We are. We're matchy-matchy today. Mm-hmm.
When you find that she's in the store, she'll get you fitted to your patterns. That's what the fun thing is. So keep track of Pins and Needles, but get to greatcopy.com. They always have new things out there. There's always tips on there.
Yes, and happy sewing.
Keep going, guys. Now, come on, let's go down to Arrow. One more we're going to do. Come on. Come on over. I want to show you some stuff. We have the IQ Quilt, but what I really want to show you is the quilts made with the IQ Quilt. So the IQ Quilt's going to cut your fabrics so they're the precise size. They're heavenly, they make it easy. But did you know they work with your embroidery machine? So when you're doing an applique, they have got embroidery designs. So you cut out your dog on your IQ Quilt, and then guess what? It's got an embroidery design to go around it. How cool is that? Come on, let's keep going. Let's show you some of these quilts. Take a close look at that. You can't believe how absolutely gorgeous. This is all from Sassafras Lane. They do quilting beyond, look at all the different pieces, the colors, and take a look at this bag. Can you see the bag? See the craziness of all that? It's absolutely gorgeous. You know, I'm not creative enough to figure out how to do this, but with her patterns, I can put the fabrics and I can do it. So I couldn't come up with it, but I can copy it really darn good. So that's what the joy. These things are always in the stores. Come on over, let's go see some more. Now this is one of my instructors. She's a world-renowned artist. Her work has right now just came back from England where she won blue ribbons. You can see what she does is she teaches you to grow and take small pieces of fabric and then build it to your project. And you free motion over it. Aren't they incredible? That's kind of fun stuff. The Annie's stuff by Annie's Patterns, the purses are, I'm just gonna grab this, okay?
Are absolutely gorgeous. Everything is made with foam. We've got a lot of the cool stuff. We've got the mesh fabric to put in for the pockets.
If you're not into this, you're missing out. Our girls are making things they never thought we would have done 2 years ago.
So over here, I have the Grace long arms, okay? And they've really changed the quilting community because they started creating all these long arm systems. They have the automation that we're gonna show you. They have the big frames, but they've created these little frames too. So we have Anthony here, okay? He's from Grace, flew all the way here to hang out with us, always gives me the best support, and it's just awesome to work with them. And the other thing is I find Grace super affordable. Like with financing and everything, you could always get one at an easy monthly payment that is going to get your finance payment for this to be in your house as much as you're spending on someone else finishing your quilts, and that's a big deal. So what's going on? What are we doing?
Well, I just want to say it's great to be here with you guys.
Great to be here, bud.
Here for the first time in Ohio. I'm loving it so far. And what we're doing here is actually repairing a pattern. One thing I love about our automation is it's so easy to just, if something happens, you run out of bobbin thread, your tension's a little funny, it's easy to just stop and start over and make sure you're getting the perfect tension, perfect settings all the way through, and it's so easy to repair all the patterns. So I've just lined it all back up and we're gonna let it run.
Well, I didn't even know you could do that. So you're telling me, so it went through, it ran out of bobbin thread?
It ran out of bobbin thread.
And then you can see here, this is that he has the pattern and we just have a little bit left and you're matching that up?
Yep, you just trace your pattern back and forth. You can get all the way back to the exact last stitch you did or overlap just a little bit. I typically like to overlap a little, so where I'm at right now, I'm not quite on my pattern yet, so we can just trace it back a little bit, and it's gonna move one stitch at a time each time you push trace back one.
If you didn't see it on camera, that whole thing has a motor on the carriage that just moved. So he pressed a button and the whole machine moved with precision.
Yeah, it's gonna take you back to wherever you wanna start back up again. You just go ahead and hit sew, and it's just gonna go ahead and do its thing. There you go.
Wow. Okay, while that's going, let's see what other frames we have here. So the best thing I think about Grace is back here, we're gonna have a Q-Zone Queen, it's 8 foot. And remember when I talked about cabinets, I wanted to say, what do we need to know before getting a long arm? And what are some of the things that we need to know for them to make this purchase? The first thing is, how much space do we have, right?
Yes, that is always the first question I ask. What kind of projects are you working on and what kind of space do you have? If you don't have room for a 10 foot, 12 foot frame, why are you gonna buy that? Exactly. You're gonna wanna get into the right fit for you. That's gonna make sense for the type of quilt you're making as well as the type of room you have. Because I don't know about you, but I like to have a couch and a dining room table. I don't wanna sacrifice for my quilting.
Yeah, well, some people do. I know watching. Some people will put these ones that we're gonna show you right on that dining room table, and the best part is when Thanksgiving comes, we can put this one down and then have Thanksgiving to it. And Grace is the only one that's ever done that. You guys are the only one that's entered in and created these 5 foot frames, 4.5 foot frames. There's a new mini quilter I'll show you in a second, but they've changed the game. That's what I think is big about them. So you don't always have to have the automation. We're showing you automation. And the other thing I like with Grace is they have like a 16, a 19, a 21. We're talking about the throat space, okay? But if I got one of these smaller frames, or I got, let's say this 19, and I got a nice frame like this Quilter's Elite, I don't have to have the automation, right?
No.
I can just start with free motion, wait a year and a half, do ruler work, do free motion, and then I can add that in later and just install it on the machine, and now I'm ready for that.
Yes, that's something I love. I like to call our products really like a la carte. You can mix and match a lot of the different frame and machine combos. You can add automation, you can add rear handles, ruler work, pantographing. So it's really a make your own kit as you go along. You don't have to fully start with all the items at once.
And that helps our budget, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's the big thing. I mean, look at these smaller frames, okay? They just came out, this is called the Little Rebel, all right? Right here, this is called the Mini Quilter. So let's start over on here, all right? And do you want to demo this one?
Absolutely. Your mini quilter is going to be your best friend if you're getting started into quilting. I'm going to come around this way. This is our smallest frame on the market, and it is the smallest frame actually on the market. We designed it for the quilter who's just starting to get in to the game. They have a domestic machine and they don't want to invest thousands of dollars.
So you're saying their current machine can go on here?
Yep, we've thrown a baby lock accomplish on here to show any domestic machine, as long as the feed dogs can drop, and it's at least 7 inches of throat space, up to 13 inches. You can throw it on here and do your own quilting.
Now, how much would something like this cost? This is probably $1,000, right, for a frame like this?
It is going to be $299.
What?
$299.
He's joking. It's not $299. Are you sure?
I am sure. We want to make something accessible for everyone who wants to get into quilting.
Yeah. Who would have thought that we could ever put our machine on here and for $300 get started with free motion quilting in here? That's a game changer, and that's what Grace has done. Is they've got it for everyone and welcome them into the long arm space. And you can get this and start moving, and then you can move on up. We'll show you this in a second.
All right, so with this, you're going to be using your own foot pedal on there. Down here, you'll just get ahead and give it a little push. And I think the faster you move on your foot pedal, the better time you're going to have. Oh gosh, I'm not very good with my free motion skills, so don't judge, but I'm going to move up here. You can just do your little quilting. And this is going to be great for a baby quilt, a twin size, a lap size, just something nice and easy. With the hoop style, you're working just in this area and you'll continually move it as you need to go. So you can pretty much do any and all sizes on here.
And I think that I've seen some other projects too. I think they've done placemats and different smaller things that they've got creative in the store on this. And then this here is also the cutie, okay? This came out first and it was like, whoo! It just changed the quilting game, and this one just came out maybe 6 months ago. I would say 4 months ago.
It's really released 4 months ago, yeah.
Brand new. And this is basically the same thing, but it's bigger. So I think we're about maybe 4.5 on here. Don't quote me. And you have the same system.
Yes.
And here now, and this, you have a Little Rebel, which is also a new machine by them. And you could put your same machine at home on here as well.
Yes.
And you don't have to have the Little Rebel, but it's very nice. And they've made this also affordable. So you can get a cutie, which I would think probably $1,500. How much is a cutie frame?
Those are going to be $549.
I gotta make some money here. $549, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And you can get a cutie and do this. Now it has no legs, so it goes right on top of a table. You can put it on your kitchen table. Do you have room? The first question, do you have room for a long arm quilting machine? Nope. Well, we can put this on the kitchen table. It's light, where we can take it off and store it in the garage or wherever we need at other times when we're not quilting. That's the beauty here. Now this Little Rebel can go on the cutie where you have the power and you're going to have the throat space of a long arm, but you're not going to pay the long arm price. You want to show us this one?
Absolutely. So I will say one of my favorite things, the differences between the mini quilter and the cutie. Mini quilter, you're getting started on your domestic machine and that's where you're going to stay. The cutie is great if you want to, you're going to evolve in your quilting game. You can stick your domestic on here, nice on this nice carriage. You can go up to the Rebel, you can go up to the 16, even the 19 will fit on this cutie frame. So you don't have to, continually replace your setup. If you want a larger machine, it's going to evolve with you, and that's something I've loved about it from the start. On here we have our Little Rebel, and this is actually the machine I have at home. This is my setup at home. Just sits on a nice card table that I have over in the corner of the office, and it's a perfect setup. I've done a queen and a king size quilt on this setup here. It's got this handy little start-stop button on the front and needle up, needle down. So you just have the power to start your machine at your fingertips instead of using that foot pedal. Just hit that once. And it's going to do perfectly stitch regulated quilting for you. The machine is fully stitch regulated with an optical encoder on the machine down here. So your fabric's going to cover that up, get that engaged, and it's going to make your stitches perfectly even every time for you. You can change your stitch length too, right up here. Super easy and convenient, right at your fingertips getting started, as well as a bobbin winder that runs on a special separate motor here. So you can be winding your bobbins while you're quilting, nothing's gonna interfere, and you can have the perfect thread color bobbin winder combination throughout your entire quilt.
Okay, so before I'm gonna go up with pricing and show you all the deals that we have for this month, we've ordered extra in. Grace has been awesome. Couple big announcements is we are gonna be doing live streams with Grace every month. He's offered that to us. I mean, it's so amazing that they're gonna go on live to everybody every single month. The support that they're giving us is just fantastic, but that's something to look forward to, okay? And two, we wanna know about you, okay? So your name, Anthony. And what is your fun? What do you like to do in sewing? Are you a quilter?
I am a quilter. I'm new to the game. I started last September and I've made 2 quilts since then, and I'm working on a quilt for my friend's wedding. Don't tell him this is going up. My first quilt I made, it is a quilt I made with my coworker actually. She was like, let's get into it, let's try it out. So we made a picnic quilt. It's 100 by 100, so it's a fairly large project. She pieced one side, I pieced the other, and we put it together, and our thought process was, if it's bad for our first quilt, it's going on the ground anyways, but I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Cool, cool. How about the second one?
The second one is a friend's quilt that I worked on for Christmas and her birthday. I got some cute green fabrics because that's her favorite color, and her family has alpacas, so I found a cute little alpaca pattern, threw it on there for her because they have 5 of them. They're all named after the Flintstones.
Wow. Wow, awesome. Everyone's on a creative journey. It's just awesome. So, okay, I'm gonna go to some pricing over these machines. We're happy we're here. We're gonna have monthly webinars, all different things about free motion quilting, everything by Grace. We're thankful they're here, and that's it.
I think you might have noticed that sewing's taken a big change. The amount of work that we're doing in free motion. Look at the incredible work that's coming out of these sewing machines. We have all these classes. My motto has always been that if you bought a sewing machine from us, I was going to make you use all the cool features on it. That's what we do. As well as my son has taken everything I've done for the last 40 years and put it on an app for videos for you. You can do this stuff. Let's get together and play.
All these machines in here, we've bought 3 or 4 models extra, so everyone in here that's watching this video nationwide, or if you can make it to Cleveland to come to the Pins and Needles store. If not, I have all the e-commerce. If you're not able to make it to Pins and Needles to see all our fun, at sewedonline.com. I filmed all these classes. Now, nothing I'm gonna sell you is gonna not have the education that you need. Now, on top of that, I've never done this before. She doesn't even know I'm doing this, but I'm going to give away, you get the usage classes with your purchase, okay? And then there's a membership where I have all the other courses. Some of the people here are in our courses. There's a webinar center with hundreds of webinars in it. And then we're filming, we're doing bi-weekly webinars. That's why I want to make you go above or below this. Make sure you sign up for our email list so you can get the deals on this and our notifications of webinars, everything going on. But I'm giving away my membership. I raised the price to $197. So on top of all the usage classes you get with all your machines, I'm giving a membership away during this sale. I've never done that before. Anyone who purchases a machine. Now is the time. Call us at this phone number, 877-306-2863. That goes to me. If you go to the live chat on the website, that goes to me. I'm always on it. I can hear it going right now. I got to get off this video to answer this live chat right now.
Okay.
The deals are here.
Okay. And if you call him and you need to talk to me to help you figure out what machine it is, we transfer back and forth.
Anybody here, I'll get here what you want to do, and we'll get you with the right person to find the right product for you. We're here for you. We'll teach you. Thanks for watching.